Hey, I'm Carol, and this is Rooted in the Chart, and today we're going to be talking about the Pisces moon. We're going to talk about what it looks like. We're going to talk about special house considerations. We're going to talk about a really difficult transit that you just completed so you can look back. And we're going to talk about why it is so important for you to leave room for your moon sign and your emotional needs. So let's get into it. Understanding your moon sign is what I would argue is one of the most important and best things that astrology has to offer you, because it's about understanding what makes you feel emotionally safe. Yes, there are other placements that are important, but this one is one of the deepest ones that you can take away to understand why you do some of the things that you do. Pisces moon in particular is somebody whose emotional needs are tied to this artistic soul that they have. So people who have the Pisces moon, a lot of times they are extremely artistic, and they don't do it because they just are. They do it because they have to feel emotionally safe. So if you have a Pisces moon, leaving room for art, music, spirituality is not like a suggestion. It is like your life force. It is so important, or you won't feel emotionally safe. So I have met Pisces moons that spend every day off that they have painting all day because it is what they have to do. I have met Pisces moons that are so good at music that they create music because it makes them feel safe. I have met Pisces moons that are very much into spirituality, and that's what makes them feel safe. So it's really, how does it play out for you, and how can you leave room in your life to make sure that you can get this emotional need met? Examples of some famous Pisces moons are Michael Jackson, Kendrick Lamar, and Kanye West. All three of these men are involved in the music industry, and Pisces is music. So for them, this was about feeling emotionally safe. It was their core need, and they did it through the music industry. So if you are a Pisces moon, you have to find a way to allow this to work out in your life. You have to leave room for this in your life. Some people have Pisces placements that are strong in other placements of their chart, but where they differ from you is that there's an emotional need component here. So keep that in mind as you're structuring aspects of your life. Which house your moon sign falls in is important. So you can see up on the screen how to determine which house it's in. Where your Pisces moon falls in your birth chart really matters, because it tells us about how it will play out. So let's say, for example, that you have your Pisces moon in house 2. That means all this artistic and spiritualism that you do to feel emotionally safe, it's not just, who you are, it's actually wrapped up in your self-esteem and your self-worth. So being able to do that helps you with your self-esteem and self-worth. Or maybe you have it in house 10. Well, you might really feel like your career needs to play into these needs of yours that are Pisces needs. So it makes you feel emotionally safe when your career has a art or music component or a spiritual component to it. So it depends upon where it falls in your chart. So I'm going to put up on the screen all of the houses so that you can look and see where your Pisces moon is to look at that next layer. If you are a Pisces moon, that means that when Neptune was going through Pisces, Neptune would have gone over one of the most important placements in your chart, which is the moon sign. This would have been a very challenging transit for you. You would have felt threatened emotionally, and it would have been tied to these Pisces themes of art, music, creativity, and the way that that plays out in your life. So I made a whole video about Neptune transits to give you more depth and understanding, but I would 100% argue that it's worth going back to see what happened in your life, to see what you learned, because Neptune transits are extremely challenging and they are very influential in your life. So it's a good thing to reflect on. And I put the link to that video in the description box below if you're interested. So check it out. Your moon is and how it interacts with other planets is relevant. So if you would like to go deeper with your chart, my email is up on the screen because individual readings are now open. Thank you so much for clicking on my video, and I hope to see you in another one.